So when you own a supercar or a rare or exotic vehicle, there's going to be three things that you have to come to terms with during your ownership. The first is going to be that the vehicle is going to have some quirks. That might be a specific way you have to pull in and out of your driveway, or a specific way you have to get in and out of the car, or just certain roads in general that you now can't drive on in that vehicle. The second thing is going to be the cost. Not just the cost of ownership or the $5,000 you have to pay to have the motor taken out just so you can have the oil changed, but just how much the vehicle will depreciate whenever you drive it back and forth from cars and coffee. But the third thing, and the one that gets me the most, is the social aspect of owning one of these vehicles. Because now, something as simple as getting gas or going to the local convenience store becomes a crazy event. People are going to see the car and they're going to want to talk to you and know, what do you do for a living? How much did the car cost? How fast does it go? Does it have that thing that it had in that movie? Do the doors go up and down? All of these questions make it so that something that would normally take you 15 minutes to a half an hour are now going to be an hour, 2 hours. But I don't own a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or a DeLorean. I own a Honda. And no, not a Honda NSX, and no, not a Type R. I own a Civic Si, a 10th gen Civic Si. And that's an important detail because the 10th generation Civic was the first year where Honda brought the Type R to the States, which meant that even though I own an Si, which is still a cooler Civic, it's not the cool Civic. And what's worse, there's now an 11th gen Civic, and an 11th gen Si, and an 11th gen Type R. So not only do I not own the cool one, I don't even own the current cool one. But that doesn't stop people from coming up to me all the time, complimenting the car, asking me questions. It's the wildest thing. Just the other day, me and my son went to the bank to make a withdrawal. I get out of the car, I go to the other side, I go to let him out, and another gentleman who had parked just a space or two away from us, he's walking up from behind me, so I can't see him yet. And as he starts to enter into my peripheral view, he says, "How do you like it?" And I was a little confused at first because I'm one of those people, I often have it happen to me where I go places and someone waves or smiles or points and I go, "Oh, are they talking to me?" No, they're talking to someone behind me. It's super awkward and uncomfortable. So I try to avoid assuming that someone is talking to me. So I kind of played dumb at first because I didn't want to look stupid. And he looked at me and said, "How do you like it?" And I was like, oh, you mean the car? Yeah, the car is great. It was a very nice job, and he actually let us go ahead of him at the bank, which was super, super nice of him. But that sort of stuff happens all the time. When I encounter my fellow enthusiasts, they'll ask me all kinds of questions with like a bit of a side-eye glance, like, "Yo, what you got done in this thing?" Because my car's from the generation where you had to be careful because if you were on the highway and you tried to race a Honda, right? Specifically the Honda with the laptop in the passenger seat. You had to be careful because either that car was going to eliminate you no matter what you were driving, or it was going to grenade in the lane next to you and take both of you with it. But when it comes to Honda people specifically, what a community of people. I've owned a Ford, and I've owned a Dodge, and I owned a Volkswagen. But Honda people are our next level. You could have somebody who owns a brand new Type R, and they will walk up to you like you're the coolest thing in the world because you own the same car as them. And they're humble about it too. They won't be like, "Yeah, bro, check out my Type R. It's way cooler than your lame little SI." They're like, "Yo, bro, love the SI. That's super, super cool." And I'll be like, "Yeah, man, what do you drive?" Thinking, oh, maybe they drive like they're freaking out. Maybe they drive like an EX or an LX or something like that. They're like, "Oh, I got my Type R back there. Just like I want, just my Type R, whatever." And I'm like, "Oh, bro, that's sick." Like, it's the craziest thing. Honda people are so incredibly nice, man. And, there's a million reasons why I love owning my SI, but the community definitely is one of the best reasons to own a Honda. They're such cool people.